Well, I think the Avada experience for me was the extensive testing, the time that was taken. I didn't have that before. And it was very speech related, which my previous experience wasn't speech related. I mean, there was like an element of it, but it seemed to me like the Avada was speech related. Like that was the main focus, and that was what I needed. And the process of taking me through where I currently was to being able to hear, to show me this is what you can have. So it wasn't like guesswork. It wasn't like, well, here, this is what you need, and we're going to order it, and then we'll give it to you, and then we'll see how it works, which was my previous experience. This we'll show you right now. This is how it works. So I would highly recommend, that anyone would check out Avada.
Put the digital on, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I said, wow. Could not believe the difference. It was a stronger sound. I could hear me better. I could hear outside sounds better. It was just totally unbelievable. And I'm a sentimental old fool anyway. I think I came real close to crying when that happened. That just made me so happy.
I was just telling the other day about I can hear a light rain pattering on the leaves, and I didn't notice that before.
I put them on, and I can hear the birds sing in the morning, go out and have my cup of coffee and hear that, which is something I haven't done. And it sounds very silly, but it's nice to be able to hear that.
Steve walked me through everything from step by step. Even though he knew I knew what was going on, he filled me in on what he was doing when he did the different tests, what they were showing him, showed me on the screen what my results were, what would be normal, where I was. Just very much kept me informed and kept me in the loop, and all the decisions have been mine in helping me do what's best for me. And as he keeps saying, on a per visit basis, it's such an individual situation that everything is based for each person, and that's what I like, is that I'm considered as me and not the next guy who comes in.
And I happened to look through the paper, and I saw this company, and I thought, well, it sounds all the things they say. I'll go out there and give them a try, And I was very impressed and very pleased with my first visit, even. So all the explanation I had about hearing loss and about what we can do about it and what I have to do about it, and I went from there.
I was looking for some help, and I was received very friendly by the receptionist, and my appointment was on time. I didn't have to wait at all in the reception area, and Tim took me right into his office and explained what we were going to do, that we were going to start out with a hearing test, and he would evaluate my hearing loss, and we'd go from there to see if he could correct it.
The unique thing about the office is everything today is digital, or it is computer trained for her, and it's an environment that's very comfortable.
What I came to Avada with was an older model. It wasn't in the ear aid. My left ear had always worked well. The right ear I had never been 100% satisfied with. It was larger than the left. It was uncomfortable. They had remade it several times. I'm thinking 4 or 5 times, but had never been able to get it quite right. And so when I came to Avada, Steve thought for my hearing loss, the behind the ear unit was the best. I balked a little bit because I wasn't 100% certain. That to me really said old lady. But explaining to me what the different technology that allowed, that the in-the-ear unit didn't allow, helped me make that decision. Another concern was my lifestyle. I do yoga and go upside down, and I like to be outside a lot, and was worried that perhaps the behind the ear might not be the best unit for me. But so far it's been absolutely perfect, and really has helped me a lot. I have not had any difficulty, and it's not kept me from doing anything.
My first impression was that the people there are very sensitive, very compassionate. I think the biggest issue that impacted me was that the interest in the people there they are interested in my problems, and I hope it works that way for everyone, but they're interested in my problems as if they're their own. In other words, they take that serious of an interest in what's wrong with you, sir, what can we do to fix you up, and they go from that way. It's a very personal situation, and I have never been one bit disappointed there, ever.
Like I've told Matt, I'm just so grateful that we connected and that I have my hearing back. I don't feel like I have a loss, and I'd probably sleep with my hearing aids on if I slept on my back.
There's a tremendous difference in quality of life because I can hear people, or I can understand people. They're not garbled. Never had a problem hearing, couldn't understand what they were saying. The speech patterns were foreign to me. I heard one thing, but they were saying another. Now that I wear them, and I wear them every day, and only take them off at night, I can hear what people are saying. I can hear my customer service manager down the hall from my desk, every word she says. Maybe some things I don't want her to hear her say, but I do hear her. I could not do that before.
Gives a better quality of life. You hear things more. My biggest thing was I can hear my church services. I really can hear them, and I do, and I have learned that I can go out in a noisy place with the hearing aid that I have because it's self-adjustable, I believe, to noise. I don't have to do anything with it, and it's not 100% when you're in the noise, and nothing is. Nothing will bring back our own hearing like we had it, but it's pretty close.
From the minute they were put into my ears, I have loved them. I don't even feel like I have hearing aids in. Nothing hurts my ears. I can hear music in stereo. I mean, it's just like having normal hearing back again.
If I could do the whole process over again, I would have not have waited 5 years to make the purchase. I would have done it the first month I had my hearing tested, because the quality of life I have now is so much better. I waited 5 years and lost all that.
Today, I don't live too far from the train tracks, and I notice when the wind is right, I can hear a train whistle like 5 to 10 miles away. And without them, nothing, until the train is right there.
I'm still working in a part-time atmosphere at a church, doing some maintenance work, and I see a lot of people, and there's actually a grade school within our church, and I see and talk to a lot of the children, and a lot of the children have higher-pitched voices, which normally I wouldn't have been able to hear or understand, and I find myself now that I'm able to hear a lot more than I used to, so I'm very happy about that.
My quality of my life in 3 weeks has been enormous. I mean, the telephone, the television. I mean, I can hear from my back bedroom. If the doorbell rings, and my house is 76 feet long, with the closed door in my bedroom, I can hear if the doorbell rings. Now that's unbelievable.
One of the great things is that I can have conversations with people and in any situation, and able to have a conversation without saying, first of all, not having to position myself so I can look at their lips, because I had to start doing that more and more, that I could have an actual conversation without saying, please, would you say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, could you repeat that, things like that. I don't have that anymore. And the people around me are, I think, more happy than I am about me having them, because I know it was really frustrating everyone around me about having conversations and saying that they don't have to deal with it, and now that I can be comfortable and it's not a constant struggle every day to try to hear and to hide it. That's been really the most enjoyable part.
Now you put this little hearing aid on, she gives you the same test again, and immediately, hey, you can hear. Now there's no problem. We love them. I mean, we really do.
So, and when you're dealing with quality audiologists, like I do, very, very fortunate. Makes my life a whole lot richer. That's what I gotta say about it.